What is going on, people? This live stream was brought to you by the Corporate Toolbox. Let me go ahead and explain the year-long coaching. I had a lot of people ask about that. Essentially, the first coaching sessions will be 2 to 3 sessions, depending upon what you got going on. And then we will speak once a month. And this is why. This is what I found out. Usually it takes people 2 weeks to a month to implement the suggestions because people are busy, people have lives. So usually it takes a while. But essentially, what the first thing we're going to do is, what is your goal? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to get accomplished? And we're going to have a written plan on your success. And then after we work out the kinks, figure out where you are, I will also be available for the people who do the one and done, the $4,500 to help you start your holding company and operating companies. I'm not going to do it for you, but I will hold your little hand while you do it. So one of the things that we need to get into this thing is we need to start cooking with some gas. So that is the year-long consulting. It's going to start in December and it's going to go to November 2021. So we got a lot of people signing up for that. I appreciate you folks. Just to explain it, just to be a little bit more clear. And also, this Tuesday, we get into how to set up your YouTube business for massive tax benefits. If you're in the Corporate Toolbox, you get this. And I mean, this alone is worth the price of the whole deal. This alone. All right, so let's get into the show, man. What's going on, people? What is going on? What is going on? It is December. We are 3 weeks away from 2021. Since the day is the 6th, let's just go ahead and say 3 weeks and 2 days away from 2021. And what happens this time of year? A lot of people get laid off. And then the eviction moratoriums and unemployment expire December 31st. Merry freaking Christmas. We have a lot of people who their unemployment benefits are about to expire. And the moratoriums on evictions are about to expire. Just depends on if the Democrats, like I'm about to give you some political calculations. If the Democrats can somehow win Georgia, don't know if that's going to happen. If they can win Georgia, you will see the mother of all stimulus pictures. Stimulus packages. You will see. I would predict that you will see a extension of the plans that have been in place to protect folks. Some people don't realize the economic despair the working class is in. Dude, you ain't seen nothing yet, because right now, using the sugar baby index, someone I've befriended, we've never actually met. Right now, her 2 kids are sick. She doesn't have money to take them to urgent care. She has literally been begging me for money, and I'm just like, I ain't sending you no money. I don't do that. So, and like 3 of them, I mean, their situation is beyond funky. It is beyond funky. And, you know, it's crazy. It is crazy. The game is very cold, because essentially what is getting ready to happen is the great global reset is in effect. And you're going to see a lot of Americans shift down. You're going to see a lot of people shift down. You're going to see a lot of people it's about to be crazy. What's up? Because essentially what you're going to see is right now, shortchanged people not broke enough yet. Fast food lines have been, well, no. Vice and sin is going to explode. Crime is exploding. Drug use is about to ramp up because right now, for the first time since the turn of the century, you have more adult children living with their parents. The Walton effect is in effect. You've got John Boy, you got Sue Ellen, you got Grandpa, you got 3 to 4 generations of people living under one roof. This is the first time this has happened. Essentially, it's the die has been set. See, this thing has already been set. You cannot redo it. You can't stop it. Because one of the things that is getting ready to happen, and if you're someone who still have your job, you're still making money, consider yourself fortunate because unemployment is about, from a reported standpoint, 11%. And I'm going to peg unemployment on an unreported standpoint at about 24% because of the things that are happening. And I peg it that high because the number of businesses that have closed. The number of businesses that have closed. Because one of the things that you guys have got to understand, as bad as it's about to get, there's going to be a world of opportunity for those who hustle. Yeah, it's about to get grimy out here because essentially one of the things I study is the habits of the lower economic class. And it's an interesting study because essentially one of the things that it's about behavior, it's about skill sets, and it's about things you do. And one of the things, going back to the Sugar Baby Index, I understand just from having conversations with these chicks why they are in the situation that they're in. Their communication skills suck. Essentially, what they're trying to do is market themselves to get some money. This is what they're trying to do. And 99% of them do an extremely poor job of it because they're coming from the attitude of that. They're coming from the attitude that he should want me. Massive restructuring is happening in my job right now. People, we're mostly expats here in Dubai, are so scared, but I'm good. That's good for you. Because essentially, the behaviors, I did a video on Savage Finance. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. What to do when you're struggling with money, because this is what the average person does. And I've seen this desperation, like literally, I've got four of them begging me for money. I ain't even met these chicks, and I'm just sitting there like, I'm not your daddy. I'm not your daddy. And also, here's something else too. When a person's financial situation rapidly deteriorates, they become desperate. I mean, like seriously, I got 4 of them asking me for money. We ain't even met. I'm not going to meet them. I'm not going to send them any money because I understand, like one of them, both her kids are sick, and she's sending me medicine and stuff, and I'm just sitting there like, I can't help you. I can't help you because here's the thing, and a lot of people think when I talk about these things, I'm speaking down to people. I used to be one of those people. I used to think like the average person. I didn't prepare for the future. Like, when I was in that boarding house, I was so mad. I was so mad. I was so upset. I wanted to just strike out at everyone in the world. And about 15 months after I stopped feeling sorry for myself, like, oh God, why have you forsaken thee? I began to examine why I was in that position. And I had to take ownership. I didn't save any money. I didn't save a penny. And that's why I was in that situation. OnlyFans. The average chick at OnlyFans makes like $200 a month, man. They ain't gonna get it. When the economics go down, vices go up, porn, alcohol, you name it, sin. Because essentially, this is, like we had this conversation before. This is why I got a video from my editors talking about my Forex journey. I guarantee you that the trajectory of Savage Finance is about to change because I'm about to start talking about Forex. I'm going to do it from a very educational perspective. I'm going to show myself trading in my demo account. Once again, I am not going to do any live trading for probably once I get into it, and, because essentially I got to be able to do my setups in my demo account where I'm making money. And this is something I saw, a good tip. When I do my demo account, I should do my demo account with the money that I'm actually going to be trading with live. That was some good advice I found today. And that's like, that makes sense because you program yourself. So I'm going to talk about demos and also the video. It should be popping out. Editors are going to work on it tonight. I may release it Tuesday because I have a feeling that the Forex videos are going to do much better than everything else. It's actually common in Asian culture for multi-generational families to live together. It's common. In Italy, a lot of grown men don't leave the house until they get married. This is common in a lot of European countries. But this is America. Do you think another country will replace us as having citizens with a hot? Nope. Because see, it's a global reset. It ain't just happening here. It's happening here. It's happening in the UK. It's happening in Japan. It's happening in China. So everybody's about to get hit with this. Everyone's about to get hit with this. We've been here because essentially a subscriber, check the community page. A subscriber sent a screenshot of the Porsche dealership that I got my Porsche, and it was crowded. So, when I broke down those numbers of income, like the 21 million people who make between 100 and 200,000. And then when you get to my level, 500,000 to a million, there's only 6 million people out of a country of 330 million people. So that means 325 million people don't make $1 million a year. So one of the things that I want to impart to you is don't be part of the culling. Let me go ahead and break this down to you. All right. First of all, let's talk about me. And before before Earl Nightingale changed my life, I used to think if I needed more money, I would get another job. And this is one of the dumb things that I did. I would get another job, and then that money would be absorbed into lifestyle creep. So I was making more money, but I was spending more money. I had no money management. I was like the typical American. I was one of those people that couldn't raise $500 or $1,000 in an emergency. Couldn't do it. Just couldn't do it. And I had to have a fundamental wholesale change in who I was as a person to transcend my upbringing, because I had to throw out all of that garbage, had to get rid of it. the Southern Baptist upbringing. I had to get rid of that stuff because that stuff was not going to serve me well from a financial standpoint. So once I began to make the change, because one of the first things I did, I had a job and I had a second job. But this is one of the first things I did and one of the smartest things I did. My first job was to live on. My second job, I saved all that money. And that was a massive behavioral change for me because for the first time, and I mean, the second job was only like 150, like 125 bucks every 2 weeks. So that was like $250 a week is after what I got after taxes. And I would just chuck that in my savings account. And within about 6 months, I had $1,500. And for the first time in my life, I actually had money in a savings account. When I joined the military, First Sergeant Branch told us all to buy U.S. savings bond. And I bought them. And that was how I got my first car, because I cashed my bonds in and they gave me the down payment because I cashed my bonds in and I got like 3,500 bucks. And the car was only 12,000. So I was putting down 30%. So even though I didn't have any credit, they went ahead and like, he putting down this much money. We're going to do this deal. And that established my credit. But I had I had no financial mentors. I had no one to break any of this stuff down. I had nothing. I was just like the average American. I was financially dumb. And one of the things is that I had an epiphany. I got to a point of, I got so sick and tired of being sick and tired that the pain of being who I was became so great that it forced me to change. And, you know, I wasn't paying myself first, sharing little. I was doing none of that. In that first move, you got to play the game or be played. And that first behavioral change, which was massive for me at the time, it was massive because that behavior change is what led me to, when I got to Rent-A-Crate, I actually started saving some money. So that was because I had like about $1,500 from the second job. I got the job at Rent-A-Crate, and then I had a savings account with like 5,000 bucks, most money I ever had in my life, because I had developed the habit of putting money away. And then when I matriculated from Rent-A-Crate to panel systems to business environments, I'm going to tell you, all the money I made from my business, I saved. I didn't spend any of that money because I had developed financial behaviors which still exist to this day. Like when my book, I didn't spend, like, I saved most of that money. And these were habits that were developed in the boarding house when I was broke. Because I got sick and tired of being broke. Like, I mean, didn't have money to even go buy some toilet tissue, man. It was ridiculous how bad off I was financially. You know, it was crazy what had happened, the financial transformation that I went to. I really can't stand it when a woman can't communicate effectively. So many younger women can express themselves without using a meme or an emoji. Asking for articulation is asking for a kidney. Dude, Wayman Brown, I mean, their communication skills are deplorable. Because one of the things that they don't understand, that they're selling a product and themselves or the product, and they do a very bad job. I mean, based upon my search, 99% of these chicks never find a sugar daddy. It's easy. I told my streets friends, you better have multiple streams of income. Hey, I'm up with on that. I too, Glendon, had the horrible 2013 financially and saw on the Social Security website my tax earnings. I didn't even have half of 1% saved up over the years. That's when I changed. Yeah, when it gets ugly, when you're faced with facts, I was living in a house with crackheads and drug dealers and other people of ill repute. And I got to learn what a candlestick is. I've heard people mention candlesticks. I got so much to learn. I actually started to trade Forex about 2 months, the best decision I made. All right, AJ, I'll be behind you next week. God is no, that's so true. When you're in a bad situation financially, there's a lesson you need to learn. If a person is rescued before they grasp the lesson, they will end up back in that situation. Amen, amen. Because once I changed my financial behaviors, I didn't go back to that. I have not been broke since 1999. That's the last time that I did not have money in a savings account or some cash somewhere. Because I was broke. It was disgusting. I remember one night my mouth started hurting. I had to have some dental work, and I couldn't afford to have the dental work. And I didn't even have the money. I actually had to root around in the sofa in the sitting area, and I got enough change together to walk down the street to the Kroger to buy myself some oral gel to stop my mouth from throbbing. That's how broke I was. It was crazy. All right, Hasheba Queen. How do you see 2021 going? Well, once again, we need to see what happens in Georgia. If the Democrats can get the presidency, the House, and the Senate, you will see the mother of all stimulus packages. You will see a revisit to the $600 per week additional unemployment. You will see an extension of unemployment benefits, and this will delay the pain until 2022. You will see an extension of the forbearance program. You will see all kinds of things. Now, if the Democrats cannot get the Senate, you're going to see more of what you're already seeing. And you're going to start to see a lot of pain. That's exactly why a ton of 10K a month people have 9,500 in monthly recurring bills. More money usually means more consumer. Dude, did that. When I used to be financially stupid, I would get a second job and that money would immediately be absorbed into my lifestyle. Idris, learning, getting new attitudes, getting new lessons will take you to another place. Chinese say 40 to 60% of their income. I didn't know that. Wow, that's deep. Roger Marine, that ain't even close to normal. Most people have a spending problem. You have currently people who make $1 million a year who are living paycheck to paycheck because they can't control their spending. And hey, I'm going to start flexing, man. I'm going to start flexing and flossing. And this is a good point, Hasheba Queen Dara D. When I touch $1 million, I'll never forget the hustle. See, this is one of the things. Even though I'm spending a lot of money on jewelry, I'm doing this, I got the Porsche, I got the BMW, that is a small percentage of my income. I would never, ever live at the top of my income. If I want to increase my lifestyle, I will increase my income and live on a portion of that. Like, once again, I got money in multiple bank accounts. I only have balances on 2 credit cards. One credit card has an auto pay that's going to be paid off tomorrow. And the next one, I'm waiting till the balance gets to a certain point, and I'm going to pay it off probably tomorrow or Tuesday. And that's the extension of my debt. Well, you know, that's pretty much it. Abe Polly Robinson, reality check is a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Quinn Jackson, I grew up in the Prosperity Gospel Church. They taught us to give thousands of dollars to the church so God would bless us with millions, decades, and thousands of dollars later. I yet to get a blessing. That's kind of like that old joke. The preacher's like, give me all your money. All right, I'm going to take all this money and I'm going to throw it up in the air. And what God keeps is his and what hits the floor is mine. That's how the prosperity ministry worked, man. Ray Dalio has a video here on YouTube that talks about the boom and bust cycles. All right, Victor Vanzetti. Service businesses. See, Extraordinary Money, Courtney Dole, one of the things is you got to get busy because like I discovered how the corporate toolbox was going to be an amazing product is because I actually did videos. You got to start running tiny experiments. There are many businesses, like I was talking to a friend of mine, Ted, and he has a warehouse near someone with a motorcycle business. And these guys have had their best years ever. It's about proximity and positioning. Let's see. Where's that Internal Revenue Service link? Hold on a second. Let me find that IRS. All right. Here you go. I just put it in the link, Thomas Dickerson. Essentially, you have to go there and you have to download the spreadsheet and crunch the numbers yourself, and you will see that out of 154 million tax returns, less than half the people make $33,000 or less. There are some people who are only making $25,000 a year. Pain is a very good teacher. Pain woke me up. You in Africa, man, I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what to tell you. You're in Africa. That's a whole different game. James Rice, I was homeless and addicted to weed and alcohol before I developed financial stewardship. 10 years down, I own a home and have a great family. James Rice, congratulations for turning your life around, because that's the thing you got to do. You got to turn your life around. What do you mean answers by Friday? Well, I think this global reset is going to create a lot of pain because essentially, I'm going to share this with y'all because I did not take her up on her offer. One of the potential sugar babies I've been talking to, she made me an offer. She said she would come over and do whatever I wanted because she needed $150. And I was like, because my response is, I got somebody, because I'm not trying to get into that stuff. So I just told her I got somebody I'm happy with, but thanks for the offer. My cousin has a 538 credit score, no debt, no credit cards. Best advice to change. Good Lord. It's that low with no credit? All right, Women Brown, congratulations, because during this great reset, we're going to have a lot of people who are going to be homeless. You have a lot of people who are currently homeowners. They're going to become renters. And you have a lot of people who currently have jobs. They're going to be jobless. And some people, unfortunately, are going to get hit with the triple whammy. They're going to lose their job. Their car's going to get repossessed. They're going to be evicted or foreclosed on. And we're going to have a segment of America because, here's the economic base. Those charts, let me put this chart here. Everyone should go ahead and check this out. For the folks who talking about it's so easy to make all this money. This is from the Internal Revenue Service. It tells you that most people, there's 21 million people, once again, that have made between 100 and 200,000. And a lot of these people are couples. So it's not just individuals. A lot of these are married couples filing joint. So these are your lawyers, your police chiefs, your IT people, your sales people. Most of these people are not business owners. When you get to that 500 to 1,000 to a million mark, that's when you start to hit to the business owners, and the number shrinks from 21 million to 6 million. And then when you get to a million to 1.5 million, let me go ahead and bring that up so I can give you accurate information. Come on, open up, baby. All right. So when you get to that, good Lord, it flipped it around. Oh, okay. So when you get to $500,000 or more, it's 1.6 million. When you get to a million, it drops to 500,039. And when you get to 1.5 million or more, 297,000 people. And when you get to 2 million, 198,000 people. And when you get to 5 million or more, 56,000. So, and you get to 10 million or more, this is 20. This is where you get into the business owners. This is when you get into the business owners. Essentially, Leroy Locke, what these women are going to do, essentially, these women are going to start sharing households with other women with children. Women, go ahead and Google prison, women in prison on YouTube. And there's this one video where this guard says that when women come to prison, they start forming families. So a lot of women are going to move in with their girlfriend, or they're going to move in with their mama. So only the people who don't have family are going to be homeless. Because the people with family, I don't care how bad the family gets on their nerves, they're going to move in with family. That's what's going to happen. It is too late for a lot of people. I'm going to start talking about crypto. I'm not anti-crypto. I'm anti buy some crypto, get rich overnight stuff. Hey, be in the course. Be in the course Tuesday night. We're going to get into it. Credit Suisse says 4,000 people worldwide, and this includes the 2,600 billionaires. One of the things you should do is just start a business. Go below, get 30 days to 2,500 and start there. Go below, get the money management course and start there. You should start a business. Reading is just a way for people to not take action. A successful YouTube channel is one that makes money. If you're making $1,000 a month from YouTube, you have a successful YouTube channel. Ray Dalio has a section in Tony Robbins' books on how money to properly allocate the stock portfolio and how everyone does it wrong. The average stock investor doesn't make that much money, man. The average stock investor doesn't do that well. I don't know anything about Cardano, so I can't speak on it. Well, see that Wayman Brown, this is how people become pathologically cheap. And this is one of the reasons that I talk about, in Savage Finance, that once you achieve certain income goals, you should reward yourself so you don't become like that. The unemployment rate is not, if you believe that number, with the number of folks who are in forbearance, the number of folks who are about to be evicted, the number of folks, you believe that, hey, I got a bridge I want to sell you. Why you women just want us men to give you money for doing nothing? That just one of the things, like give her $150 for Christmas. I'm not doing that, because essentially I'm not Santa Claus. Just give her money. Women, and see, this is one of the things, because I see the entitlement. You ain't done jack for me yet. I'm supposed to give you some money. That's a female issue right there, because a lot of these women, just give her some money, man. Just give her some money. No, I don't think they're going to make it. I mean, they've already changed the bankruptcy laws, where essentially if you have income, they force you to file a Chapter 13. It's hard to do a Chapter 7 if you have income. Hey, I'm getting wealthy during the pandemic. Yep. Sheba is dropping some knowledge up in here. Hey, man, if stock's working for you, I mean, I don't really know what's going on in Africa. I really can't even have that conversation with you. I don't know what's going on in Africa. I have no clue what's going on in Africa. Let's see. Essentially, I would not say invest in cryptos to prepare for the real reset. Okay, here's the thing. Investments bring passive income. Okay, active income is 10 to 1,000 times higher than passive income. If you want to do well in the Great Reset, you need to start a business. You want to know why? Flip game proper. How much money you make, your income is a lever to how much you can invest. And if you don't have a big income, even if you invested in Bitcoin and Bitcoin went to the moon, let's say right now, let's see, what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is $19,328. Okay. So let's say you had $500. You can only get a small fraction of a Bitcoin. And let's say Bitcoin went to 100,000. Your $500 would turn into 2,500. You don't have enough money to buy a whole Bitcoin. So this is one of the things I tell everyone. You should be working on dramatically increasing your income, because your income is a lever to everything you do. It's a lever to your credit limits. You can have a 690 credit score and make 500,000 a year and get higher credit limits than somebody with an 850. Your income. So you should be working on your income. That's what you should be working on for this reset. What do you mean syllabus? Wait for, because I sent out an email. You should have got it. No, this stat does not include corporation taxes. It's just people's personal taxes. It doesn't include corporate taxes. That's personal taxes. And just 65% of people 18 to 30. Oh, I think it's higher than that, man. I think it's higher than that. There are so many black women who live alone per black demographics, especially in the 35. Um, I sent, let me see. Let me show y'all something. And this is to Wayman Browns. Let me show y'all something. She 50 years old on the Sugar Baby website. To Wayman Brown's point, I had to send that to my boy because she messaged me. I deleted her message. I was just like, ooh. You know, I've never dated anyone who was 50 years old. I haven't dated anyone near my age in 15, 20 years. Hey, pain will build you up. I made more in stock this year than I made working. The Fed has propped up the stock market. True, with the reading thing. Yeah, you got to start doing, because like with reading, a lot of people use reading and studying as an excuse not to take action. Pretty much, because like I said, the unemployment is only 6.9. Really? You believe that? I was doing some Christmas shopping this weekend. I went to the Wealthy Mall and it was jam packed. Essentially, in areas like my neighborhood, it's business as usual. It's business as usual. But you go to the other side of town, it ain't like that. You got to look. Don't give her 100 fixed when you feed a stray dog and hang around. Steve Jameson, I ain't about to start that because it's going to become a habit. Give her 150, she becomes that cat you're not supposed to feed. Like that's why I'm not going to do it. Good Lord, man, that's crazy. Wayman Brown, that's it. Because essentially, this great reset is going to push people into a pain point where they're going to have to change. They're going to have to change. Yeah, it teaches you. Get in it. Stone Mountain checking in. Thanks for the $5 super chat, T Jizzle. For all you people who want to get started, go below, get in 30 days to 2,500. Get the money management course. Get the money management course. Learn how to stack up your money that you're currently making. Then get 30 days to 2,500. And then get the Hustler's Mindset, Pimping Your Mind for Success audiobook. And then get the Hustler's Lectures. All of that stuff's below in the free course sections. Business ownership is how real money is made, how stability is ensured. Pretty much. Well, see, MJ, that's the thing. People don't want to actually do. They don't want to do, man. Like I said, there's opportunity for people who want to. When I saw that, I was like, you gotta be kidding me, right? She was, the oldest I've seen on that site was a 65-year-old. Oh, they're still making those stimulus check videos, and there's no stimulus check. Why are you even asking that question, Cartoon Climax? Thank you, Hashiba. I'm not. All right, here's the thing. All right, I used to be homeless, okay? And I worked my way out of being homeless through self-education, working my ass off. And when I see someone out there with a cup, I'm just like, bruh, you got to get busy. You got to get busy. I don't give homeless people money. I'm just this whole, I would rather give one of my students that $150, someone who's actively working on changing their life, than to give some person that money. Oh, there will be a certain segment of society that will always have money. You don't need an 8,000K purse unless you got 8,000 to put into it. Johnny Martinez, get in the corporate toolbox. Balls to the wall or feet to the fire. Pretty much, pretty much. The delusion is real. Would you recommend paying off 60,000 in credit card debt or taking your credit score and negotiating the rules? Well, first of all, you can negotiate the interest rate, but you cannot negotiate the amount you do unless you get into bad financial situation and you can negotiate a settlement. Hey, that's why I didn't make them. That's my girl's rule in buying purses. Hey. Many homeless people are mentally ill. That's one of the things I noted when I was out there. And a lot of the people who are homeless don't have family. So, for all these guys who feel that all these women are going to be homeless, women are going to pair up. They're going to buy houses together. This is already happening. They're going to get with their girlfriends and sister friends and stuff. Oh, okay. Crime across the board is up. Crime is like rolling right now. Crime is crazy right now. But this global reset is going to shift a bunch of people who are living here. They're here, and it's going to bring them down. It's going to be kind of like the Great Depression. If you've had a grandparent who lived through the Great Depression, this irrevocably altered these people. This is why they had these savings habits. This is why they can, because they went through some very hard times. And this is going to be another period in American history where people are going to go through some really hard, rough times. And it's going to, polygamy, like, let me go ahead and put it to you like this way. Right now, there are many chicks who are sharing wealthy men, and they know it right now. So you ain't said nothing but a thing, Jeremiah B. Well, you don't know how much people they're making. See, that was the adjusted income. That's not all the deductions you don't say. Like if you got a $10 million a year business and you've taken out 2 million, once again. Pretty much, Tony. Pretty much. Look at the Golden Girls. Women will find a community because essentially a lot of these women who have good relationship skills, who have good communication skills, they're going to sit down with their girlfriend and you're going to have 2 and 3 and 4 women. They're going to buy a house together. Women work well together when the chips are down. That's what you're going to see. My grandmother taught me from the 30s depressions, we're still finding money in her cookbooks. Hey, that's a different generation. Hey, that's why I got the shotgun in the bedroom. Inspired by Ebony Love. I mean, that's always the case. I volunteered in Texas. Many of the homeless men do have family. They usually don't want an apology and move in with their adult kids, ex-wives. Well, a lot of homeless people are mentally ill. So that could be a form of mental, because you got to ask yourself, will a sane person stay on the streets when they have an opportunity to be in a home? That's kind of like a form of mental illness. Even if you look like you got money, right now, there's a lot of opportunities out here, man. Many men released from jail with no family end up homeless. Absolutely. I'm not taking a job. That's crazy. As a group, women will always work together for survival. Even if they detest each other, they would be buying doubles and stuffing each other up. And pretty much. I went to an African friend's dinner one year. His father had his wife sitting next to his girlfriend, who was then next to his mistress. He had that coming to America money. I've seen a lot of women become sugar babies this year. Pretty much. Desperation. A smart sugar baby is a quiet one. Essentially, I mean, honestly, let me just break real. Based upon my research, the desperation, the financial hardship that's hitting a lot of these women is really depressing. I mean, it's depressing. And like I said, I got 4 of them. They're like begging for money. We ain't even met. I'm just sitting there but like many of you said, if I start giving them money, they're going to be like that stray cat. They're going to be like that stray cat you're not supposed to feed. It's going to be coming around the back door every day. That's what's going to be. And that's why I'm not doing it, man. I'm not doing it. Real estate investor in Cedar Park, Texas. White man has 1 white wife in a 500K house in Austin, and a black side woman with 3 kids in the house down the street. Both kids go to the same private school. I'm just going to say, when you got money, you can get away with stuff like that. You can get away with stuff like that. Well, domestic violence has gone through the roof due to the stress level. Pretty much. Like I said, I used to be a member of a book club, and I was the only dude that was a member of the book club. And this one told the story of one of her uncles who had money, and she would say every few years he would divorce his wife and upgrade. He would do this. And the way they were talking about him, it wasn't like he was a bad dude. There was so much respect the way they were talking about this. It was crazy. Never start something you can't finish. Pretty much in, Curtis. Never started. Well, essentially, if you're going to negotiate the debt, you have to be behind. Wayman, you cracking me up, man. Steve Jameson, y'all are cracking me up. So, essentially this global reset. Now, here's the opportunity. For the people who are willing to get their hands dirty, there's going to be opportunity, because even with all of these people going into foreclosure, these people being evicted, these people losing their jobs, pretty much 80% of the economy is still going to have a job. And 80% of the economy is still going to be spending a lot of money. They're going to be like, right now, it's a pandemic, right? It's a pandemic. Businesses have closed. Millions of people have lost their jobs. This year, I made the most money I've ever made in my life. Opportunity is here. Opportunity is here for people who are willing to to do the work. All right, Cartoon Climax, do it. I don't know where the corporate intel. That was just for personal. Well, that is cool. Like, once again, the people in the lower economic social strata are going to catch hell. Trapper keeper. That's funny. A lot of nurses are making $2,000 a week right now. It's all about your skills. It's all about your skills. Flip game proper. Once again, go below, get 30 days to 2,500, get the money management course. Because see, y'all guys ask me, what can you do? And here's the thing with starting a business. A business is comprised of many complex things that must work in concert. There's nothing like I can sit there and talk to you for 10 hours and you still wouldn't know what to do. You got to actually study and implement. Study and implement. That's what you got to do. You got to start doing. You got to start doing tiny experiments and just, trying to do. You got to start doing. Because any tip I can give you here ain't really going to help you. Let me just keep it a buck. I was like, all right, well, go to Instagram. You don't know how to do Instagram. They ain't going to help you. Well, start a YouTube channel. You don't know how to start a YouTube channel. They ain't going to help you. So there is no kind of like simple, quick tips. And this is one of the reasons that I decided to offer my top tier customers this year of coaching, because you have all the coursework that tells you what to do, but people still need someone to say, hey, do this. Someone to, well, I'm not really clear about this. Let me hop on the phone and ask somebody. They still need that. They still need that. I know someone that bought XRP or Ripple at 327 and it hasn't been nowhere near that. All right, all right, all right. Because essentially, I'm going to start Forex trading. Just go ahead and be honest. I'm going to start with a demo account where I'm going to be doing paper trading. I'm probably not going to risk any real money until 2021. I just got to get my feet wet. I got to get my feet wet. But essentially, let's go, with this great reset that's about to happen, that's about to go down, a lot of people are going to be left in the cold. Don't be one of those people. Start taking action right now. And the first thing you need to do is to get a handle on your personal finances. You need to manage your money like you've never managed it before. And you need that long-term emergency fund, short-term emergency fund, family operating account. You need all that. You need all that. Let me go ahead and let's see. Let me let y'all know I'm getting ready to start doing some more stuff on Instagram. So go ahead and hit me up on, because I have two Instagrams. Like one, I don't really do anything with. But this is the one that I'm going to start doing some stuff with. So go ahead and follow me there. Because essentially with Instagram, I bought an Instagram account from an Indian dude. Never buy an Instagram account from Indian dude when you're in America, because once the Indians found out that I was black, they were like, because the account when I bought it had 92,000 followers, and now it's like at 60 something thousand. They just like, he not Indian. No. I'm not for the black man. I'm not for the black man. No. I'm for the Indian man. So they got out there. So go ahead, follow me at Savage Finance. Essentially, I know 4 people with the bug, and like Nick Saban, he had it and he was on the sidelines coaching, and Nick Saban is 69. Essentially, I think your health makes a big difference how bad this thing hits you. Pix Gaming, how much money has crypto made you? Because, you know, it's interesting to say what PayPal's doing, what Stripe's doing. How much money has it made you? Crypto made me 200K. How much money has crypto made you? Tony Bento, while I'm trading Forex, essentially I have Savage Finance, a financial channel that's doing okay. I'm getting about 2,000 to 3,000 subscribers. It's growing, but I want it to grow faster. And essentially I did some research, and whenever you start talking about Forex, your channel just glows up. So I'm going to actually talk about it from a practical perspective, because like I said, I'm not going to risk any money. I'm not going to start swing trading and doing all this other stuff, because I already have a vigorous source of income. So I don't have to do that stuff. So I can literally take my time and learn how to do Forex correctly. Bonnie J. Actually, that ain't true, Ezel, because I actually was keeping up the same content, and once they found out that I was black, they hopped off. Because if I bought an Instagram account in America, I would have been fine. But this was an Indian-based Instagram account. That was my mistake. Good Lord. Well, okay. Once again, if you start a business, you don't have to worry about buying power, because whatever currencies you get that when you have a business. Hustler in the Deep. No, he wasn't. It wasn't. I learned my lesson. Well, let me tell you something. I was watching this girl, and she was just talking about what to do as a beginning Forex trader. And that video has almost 400,000 views. She didn't talk about getting a Lambo. It's just, once again, in my YouTube mastermind, we're talking about what people are interested in, because audiences on YouTube consistently shift and change, right? So we were talking about what's hot, because I got a video on Savage Finance that glowed up. It's got 150,000 views in like 2 months. It's about credit. So I'm getting ready to get all over the Forex. Getting already, and we'll be talking about cryptocurrency and these other things. But that's all I got for you guys tonight. So if you want to be part of the corporate toolbox, because we're going to be cooking with gas this December. Tuesday, we have a live webinar. If you're in the corporate toolbox, you don't have to do anything. It's in your corporate toolbox webinar section. And I'm going to break down how you can start a YouTube business and you can save a lot of money in taxes. A lot of money in taxes. And this is a legal, legit methodology. And I'm going to tell you exactly what you have to do so to make this work. Yeah, I'm not happy about the pain, but it's coming. It's going to be a cold, cold winter for a lot of people, man. And it's just the reality of it. All right, so I will see you guys in the next one. Y'all have a good night, and God bless. All links are below.